Hello, everyone. Today we are extremely thankful to have with us Richard Kay, the founder and CEO of Badger Media. Richard, welcome.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
Great. Really, really looking forward to this conversation. I'm very enthusiastic about your, shall I say, new company?
Yep, you can say
Y-
new, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's dive in. Sir, first of all, can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your role at Badger Media?
Absolutely. I'm Richard. I'm CEO founder of Badger Media. I've been in the broadcast and telco industry now for just over 25 years, I think it is. So quite a lot of experience there. Prior to that, I had a shorter career in electronic design, but the majority of my career has been broadcast and telco. And now I lead the technical development and product strategy at Badger Media, and very much like to get stuck in with that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. Now, how did Badger Media get started? What inspired the founding or the mission behind the company?
I think it was I can almost remember the exact moment actually would have been probably about 12, 13 years ago now. The idea was sown in my head. I was working for a very large UK broadcaster. I was amazed at the amount of time and effort that was being spent labeling patch panels, patches of pieces of long strips of paper being carefully printed out, cut, taken across to a facility because they were going into live racks. You needed permission to go in and put this paper on, and I just thought there has to be a better way of doing this, and so that was the, if you like, the start of the idea. But I got to see very quickly how these paper labels were very much out of date, and the risk that that introduced. And I thought there has to be a better way of doing this.
Yeah. Wow, you're giving me memories of when I used to work in engineering at facilities, and I would like back all of the hours I spent making making paper labels. So absolutely true. It's just
Yeah, and
it's a
you
key.
are not alone there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So you've given us a bit about the founding idea and the pain point that existed that was the impetus for your company. Could you please tell us a bit about your core products now?
Absolutely. So the core product is a electronic assembly that has been very carefully designed to be highly modular and extremely low power. And this assembly can be installed into brand new patch panels, or it can be incorporated into retrofit models that can be added to existing patch panels. So live infrastructure, for example, does not need to be dismantled to add this solution to it. So we have two types of what we call the bolt-on variants. One is for adding in front of an existing patch panel, literally in lieu of the existing paper strip. The other can sit adjacent to a patch panel or indeed a piece of equipment if needs be. And we have an array of very small digital displays, and we use the alignment of the screens with the connectors on the panels. And in the case of high density, we split the display and we use very small active markers on the screen to draw your eyes so that the text on the screen is then pulled to the particular connector that it's pointing at. And we can update this display either locally in a static format. It can read the configuration that's stored within the device in obviously non-volatile storage, or there is an optional network adapter which then brings the product online, opens up integrations via the API that the product presents, and that really starts to unlock a lot of the power that this product brings. So live updates, the dynamic updates, incorporating that into already existing orchestration and switching systems that can push literally live information right to that point within the infrastructure. So you as the engineer, when you're at that location, you have absolute certainty that you know exactly what you're looking at.
And the solution can display images along with text, correct?
It absolutely can. Yes, one of the demos that we ran at IBC, actually, where we launched the product a couple of months back, we were showing the idea of pushing a confidence feed into the panel. So a lot of modern infrastructure and encoders, decoders, etc. You're able to make use of a thumbnail facility within the product, and we were showing a demonstration where you could grab that thumbnail from a device, crunch it, push it to the panel, and actually at a remote site, ideal in a confidence feed or remote production scenario where you're light, if you like, on engineering staff on the ground, you can show this image in not live but near live, and that can update, and it just helps to provide that level of confidence as to what you're seeing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fantastic. It's such an interesting solution. All right, and the display technology used in your solution, could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. It's been a challenging area throughout the product development, has the display technology. We started looking at OLED technology, and in particular monochrome screens, because the essence of the product uh, is labeling and identification. So we started with OLED, but when we started with some very early prototypes, we were seeing quite large variations in brightness levels between individual OLED screens.
Mm.
So when you end up with a product with multiple screens side by side, that suddenly doesn't look so good. Your eye can really, really spot these variations.
Sure.
So that that was a concern. Plus they use a lot more power. So we were looking as well at e-ink and e-paper, but at the time those displays were larger and also extremely expensive. They're still a lot more expensive, but there are smaller and smaller displays available. We're actually looking at a particular model at the moment as part of roadmap development. But the product landed its final design where we stand today on LCD modules. So these are very, very high density color LCDs. So the color has unlocked a lot more functionality within the product. As we touched on just now, the ability to actually show an image or a logo. The product can store image files within it, and you can call these up to be displayed. So logos, customer logos, whatever it is you want to display. Um, Labeling of text as well, in various colors, red, blue networks. This type of environment leads it's very, very intuitive use. So that's where we've ended with these small LCD screens, which have an excellent viewing angle um, and extremely reliable.
Ah, excellent, excellent. All right, and could you share a recent success story or project that you feel really reflects what Badger Media is all about?
Yes, I can actually. I think one one that springs to mind was actually seeing the product integrated with a customer's system. So seeing Trustable working with a third-party system for the first time was was quite a groundbreaking moment, if you like, for from all of the product development and time and effort that's gone in to actually see the final product in the wild operating and operating well was extremely satisfying. And a lot of a lot of effort has gone into the quality of the product, and also the simplicity around the API. The essence of the product is quite a straightforward product. It's there to do a job, and do a job well. And it was really satisfying to see this particular company integrate the solution so quickly and so effortlessly. That was, if you like, a sort of ratification that we'd done some things well.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. And have there been any use cases that have surprised you?
I wouldn't I wouldn't necessarily say use cases that have surprised us to date. A lot have been what we envisaged. I think what has surprised us has been the reception the product has received. Certainly at IBC, the reception was way beyond anything that we could have hoped for. We won Best of Show award as well, which was very
Phew.
flattering. And we were we were sort of three deep at some points in the show. The interest and reception in that product was really something to see. And it's a very visual product, obviously, but what I mean by that is if you walk past it for the first time, although you haven't seen it before, you instantly know what it is. And we had several people literally stop dead at the show walking past and saying, is this what I think it is? And I would say it is. And it would immediately lead to a conversation and how it could be used. But so I think that that's been the sort of biggest surprise. We have also had a conversation regarding its use in defence networks. So that is not necessarily an area that initially sprang to mind, should we say? So that was a little bit of a surprise as well. So we'll see where that particular path leads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Must have been really gratifying for you at IBC to get that response
It
and
was it was
certainly,
it, it was great, to be honest. It was great.
yeah, yeah. Because certainly, I can only imagine your act of courage starting this company and then to get that response and certainly I've been hearing uh, a lot a lot about your company as well, a lot of positive things. So really
Great,
excited
great.
about your future. Yeah, yeah. All right, and now next question. So looking ahead, what are you excited about for the future of Badger Media and any new developments or ambitions that you'd like to share?
I think at this juncture, the excitement is very much seeing where customers, CineSys customers, discussions, integrations, where they lead. And back to your earlier question, how will it be used? What are these use cases? Are there particular ideas that people come up with that's like, that's really clever, I hadn't thought of that. And being a small company, we are able to flex and respond really well on features like that. So if something does come up in those discussions, then that can be acted on, and I think that's quite exciting. I sort of look forward to where that takes us. The product has been engineered to a, a standard and has a feature set on it now, which we think is very solid, but it's by no means exhaustive. No means exhaustive. So adding to that and what we can do in the future is going to be quite exciting.
Indeed. All right, and now if you were as we roll towards the finish here, but if you were speaking to a prospective client or partner, what would you say to convince them Badger Media is the right choice?
I think we I think that as I touched on earlier, that the genesis of the product is very much from technical roots. That was how this originally came about, a technically driven product. And there is a strong technical thread through the company in terms of expertise and experience, which I think can very much be flexed and relied upon. Um, But that technical route has led now to a product and a use where the commercial implications are becoming wider and wider. The actual, yes, there is a, going back to the earlier point of engineers spending a lot of time on paper and trimming that, etc. Yes, that is one element of the problem, but I think the larger picture is very much the commercial angle. What does this solution bring for systems integrators? What does it bring for customers? What does it bring for testing purposes? It opens up all sorts of innovations and time saving that only our product brings. It is a unique product. Um, it's currently going through the patent process, and that is, I think that's pretty vital when you have something that's unique. But I would say, in all honesty, the reliance on producing quality product and supporting customers and responding well to customers is the main draw for working with Badger Media.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. And is there, as a final question, is there anything you wish more people knew about Badger Media, something that often gets overlooked?
Um, I think from a product perspective, it's not just a digital. It's not just an electronic label. It's way more than that, and what can be provided. So I think it's getting that message across, the integration and how that can be used. Um, and I think as well, the roots, the product is fully designed and manufactured in the UK, fully under our control, end to end.
Mhm.
That also is a strong point, I believe. It's something that's very worthwhile to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, Richard, I want to say how much we at CineSys value our partnership with you, how much
Thank
we're looking forward to, I mean, to helping you put the word out and help you. We're also really looking forward to helping customers
Yeah,
improve the way
absolutely.
they do this and how it will make our projects and our assistance and integration work with customers. Congrats on your
Thank you very much.
success and yeah, you've got an exciting and very bright future. So
Thank you.
can't wait.
But
Yeah,
likewise, we are very much looking forward to working with CineSys and customers. The discussions were very wide ranging, sports and remote production featuring heavily, but I know there's lots and lots of use cases. So
yeah,
likewise, very excited for the future.
yeah. All right, excellent. Well, again, thank you, Richard. Thank you to
Thank you,
everyone,
Roy.
Yvette, and thank you to everyone watching. And certainly, any follow-up questions, contact us at Cynesis, contact Richard. We're looking forward to all the conversations and all of the integrations that help in media workflows.
Absolutely.